together. You might want to stay standing for this next song because it's got a lot of energy. You get all your wiggles out. I don't know about the music team, but I'm out of breath. Good afternoon, and welcome to Unity Fort Worth. We have a wonderful service prepared for you today, so relax, take a deep breath, sit back, and we have a few announcements. Our beautiful flowers today were provided by Judy Kingman in honor of her grandson Knox on his 2nd birthday, and in loving memory of Irene and Bill Brending. If you missed our Sacred Listening Circles workshop, we are holding sign-ups for a virtual circle with Reverend Eliza on Monday, September 9th from 6 to 7:30. Registration is required to attend, so please use the link or QR code to sign up for this virtual session right now, or visit our welcome table after service to add your name to the list. And save the date for our next events with our transitional minister, Reverend Eliza. She'll be speaking for us virtually next Sunday, September 8th at 1 p.m. Our next Stepping Stones workshop with Reverend Eliza here in person will be Saturday, September 14th from 1 to 5 p.m. The topic this time will be honoring our past and creating our future. You can register for the workshop today using the link or QR code or by visiting the welcome table after service. And then we'll wrap up our Stepping Stones weekend with Sunday service with Reverend Eliza on Sunday, September 15th at 1 p.m., followed by the Community Connections Gathering at 2:15 p.m. We look forward to sharing this time with you as we co-create our future. And this is the final week to sign up for the fall session of choir. Our music director, Larissa, is here to tell you all about it.
Good morning. I'm not going to tell you all details, how we work. I just want to tell you, if you don't join, we don't have a choir. So please sign in on the paper or using QR code. And if you don't sign today, so come this Wednesday. We practice at the choir room at this facility at 7 o'clock. And you will know more about how we work and what we have to do. You don't need to read music. Most of our choir members do not read music. So we will talk about all details. But if you can sing in tune, please come on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and I will be glad to meet you there and answer all your questions. And also there is a possibility that people from FCC will join us so we can have a joint choir. So it will be a very interesting experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Larissa. Now, our Executive Director, Lane Smith, has a few announcements to share.
Hello. I'm also the slide person, so forgive me if that doesn't work correctly. First of all, let's give Teresa a huge thank you for making flowers today. Isn't it awesome that she felt like doing that? You can sign up. Here, let me do the slides. There you go. You can sign up for Sunday Flowers as well. It's a week in advance that we need your notice. So like if you wanted to do it next week, you need to sign up today. We're only going to do one flower arrangement per week for now. So if there's 2 people that sign up, we'll contact you both and see who can move. But we want to make sure that we're not overloading Teresa as she's dipping her toes back into volunteer service. And for that matter, she's not returning to full service, so if there is anything that you would normally reach out to Teresa for, please contact the office at info@unityfortworth.org. That way we can try to help her step back in without getting overwhelmed. And the next thing is, okay, I have them up there, duh. The Unity South Central Region is holding a conference retreat in Dallas at Unity of Dallas. And that will be October 7th through 10th. It'll be a great, which is, I think October 7th is a Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. So it'll be a great during the week kind of thing. There's gonna be like listening circles where you can talk to people from around the Unity South Central region, so not just in Texas, but 13 different states. of people are attending. And Daniel Nahmad is doing a workshop, and we'll do a concert with the Unity of Dallas Choir, which is very exciting. And there's also some cool ceremonies, a Native American ceremony, and some other stuff that is really neat. So registration for that closes at the end of this month. So go ahead and use the QR code or the link to sign up for that if you'd like to attend. I know driving in Dallas is the worst, but it's just right down the road, and we might as well take advantage of the conference while it's here, right? And then the next thing I wanted to mention was that the Unity South Central region has also organized a Unity rally, so that's 6th to 8th grade kids. That'll be in Oklahoma on starting Friday, October 11th through Sunday, October 13th. It'll be a lot of fun for the kids. They're going to focus on learning Unity principles together and just get to know one another, and it'll be a lot of fun. And actually, our YFM director, Jeanette, is the YFM consultant for the region as well, so she's been a big part of organizing that, and we'd love to send some Unity of Fort Worth kids, so sign up for that as well. And then another YFM-related announcement. We were supposed to end our summer break this week and start back, but we need a little more time to get volunteers trained, to plan out what we want to do and make it great. So we have decided to start back on October 27th. And we will, that will be the Sunday before Halloween, so everybody wear your costumes, make it real fun for the kids that decide to come that day, and it'll be a great time. All right, I think that's all for the announcements today, so let's have some more awesome music.
I'm Today's word of the day is togetherness. Today we affirm togetherness enriches me. Let's say this together. Togetherness enriches me. So much of modern life involves time alone and solitary effort. The more conveniences I acquire, the less time I may seem to have. When I find myself spending too much time alone, it's good for me to invest time and effort in my relationships. Togetherness is a way to remember life is about more than work and busyness, and I am part of something greater than myself. Time invested in others blesses and enriches me. It calls me to share of myself and remain open to others' journeys and ways of looking at life I may not have considered. Togetherness is a balm for my soul, a way to feel the divine reflected in those with whom I share this wonderful planet. I am part of the wondrous human family, and I celebrate our togetherness. Today's scripture verse is from Romans chapter 12, verse 5. So we who are many are one body in Christ, and individually we are members one of another. The affirmation again, togetherness enriches me. Together, togetherness enriches me.
Thank you, Patty. Now, we've enjoyed her so much the first time she spoke for us, and she's returned again. Yay! Woo! So let's get a quick refresher on our guest speaker for today, licensed Unity teacher, Gretchen Johnson. Gretchen is a licensed Unity teacher from Center of Unity in Grapevine, serving and supporting individuals along their spiritual journey of self-discovery by speaking on Sunday mornings and leading workshops and classes. She brings a wealth of experience from the various industries she's experienced through her professional career, notably the beauty and image sectors. Her international travels have afforded her opportunities to share industry insights and techniques, complemented by her ownership and management of 2 salons and 1 salon and spa establishment. Gretchen's academic pursuits reflect her dedication to holistic personal development. She has obtained diplomas and degrees from both conventional and alternative education institutions. She holds a non-secular doctorate in philosophy with a specialization in holistic life counseling. Above all, Gretchen promotes an environment of love and acceptance and is driven by a commitment to serve and support individuals along their spiritual journey of self-discovery. Please join me in welcoming Gretchen Johnson.
Good morning, good morning. It's wonderful to be back again with you, absolutely. I have a question for you all. How many of you have experienced having a loved one transition from this life experience into another? Yes. Almost everyone has. And perhaps more than one person in your family or a friend has transitioned. Well, the thinnest veil is about death is an illusion. And you're probably wondering, well, why is she using the term death? Why not transition? Because after all, we're unity and we don't talk about death, we talk about transitions, right? Well, the reason is because that's how it came to me. That's how this subject came to me. The thinnest veil, death is an illusion. Are you comfortable with the subject of death? Some are not. And if you're not, what gets in the way of that? Is it fear? Is it simply not knowing? Is it the mystery of death. Because after all, no one that we know has traveled there, vacationed, and then come back to tell us everything. I mean, gone for a week or so and then come back to that. It's a mystery. Today, we're going to look at the metaphysical definition of death, what Jesus said about it, why I chose this topic, and a couple of examples as to why I believe, deeply believe, I have the deepest knowing that death is an illusion. I'll tell you why. And I'm going to conclude with 4 ideas for final takeaways. But before I do, I really am going to invite you to suspend your judgments about this topic. Suspend your judgments about near-death experiences until you leave out the door. Just hold it in a holding pattern, okay? So, listen. There's a song called Breaths, and it is sung by a group called Sweet Honey in the Rocks. These are the words. Listen more often to things than to beings. 'Tis the ancestors' breath when the fire's voice is heard. In the voice of the waters, those who have died have never left. The dead are not under the earth. They are in the rustling trees. They are in the groaning woods. They are in the crying grass. They are in the moaning rocks. So listen more often to things than to beings. Shh. Listen. Death is an illusion. So here is the daily word that's on my brain. Here is, well, let me say this first. I really have come to celebrate. We're not going to look at the definition just yet. I'm really here to celebrate life in the physical form, in this relative realm, and also in the absolute realm. So join me in, let's get together to love more often, to laugh more, to choose peace and love. When one passes away and moves through the veil, we can continue to have that love relationship with that loved one. From the Unity Classic Library, Unity Minister Elizabeth Santurna states in Your Hope of Glory, Jesus never spoke of death without resurrection. We are inclined to speak of death as a finality. When the consciousness is truly one with God, death is a prelude to resurrection. So on the other side of the veil, there is a whole other experience of life. I was so interested in this subject. I did all sorts of research. One of the things I wanted to know was how many people really believe that there's life beyond this physical realm. And it seems that 70% of Americans believe that there is something. There is something that we cannot experience with our 5 senses beyond this realm. And that death, as we have learned death, the way we've learned death, or the definition we have of death, does not cancel out the individual who has transitioned. Well, that got me to thinking, you know. I wanted to ask my family and friends, what do y'all think of death? And I came up with these two questions. First of all, I wanted to know what were their beliefs about death? And I also wanted to know, had they had any kind of experience that they would classify as spiritual, something beyond this earthly realm? And surprisingly, 90% answered to question number one. They couldn't quite put their fingers on it, but here again, there has to be more than this. There has to be. And the response to the second inquiry revealed that approximately half felt that they had received some sort of sign, whether it was coins in the bed with no explanation because their mother loved collecting dimes. And here it was, dimes in the bed. No one knew how they got there. Just different kinds of unusual signs. So we are spiritual beings. Would we all agree to that? We're all spiritual beings. And we are housed in a form that we call the body, right? God, known by many, many names, animates this body. And when we look at ourselves behind the body, before we are in it, we have to take a deep breath for this because there is an I am factor. I am. I am is a part of us that exists way before we come into the body. It's also synonymous with the name for God. I needs a body to live in. It needs a form. There must be a sense of I before there is a sense of you. I see you. A child becomes aware of itself in the form of I before speech even. Then comes I see, I like, I want, etc. After that, then comes male and female. We are fundamentally much, much, much more than these physical bodies. Greg Braden, how many of you are familiar with him? Greg Braden, you've seen him on television in special shows and what have you. He's a scientist and he's a spiritual teacher. And he puts it this way. He says, you are absolutely not what you've been told, and much more than you can even imagine. In other words, we have unlimited vision in this realm of existence, yet we haven't tapped into that. I'm going to transport you back to the year 2002. After this story is so relevant to what I've got to share. After, let's see, it was July 20th, 2002. After about 7 years of a young at heart couple dating, they decided to get married. They lived a life that could only be described as spiritual. It was like when you see them together, you just felt a sense of loving energy that just exuded from this couple. Well, one day, something changed. That would shake not only one of the two, but everybody who knew them. Absolutely everybody. And that thing that changed happened October the 26th, 2011, when the husband of the couple transitioned. And the wife was devastated, absolutely devastated, because all she knew, her world was wrapped up in her husband. They were something super, super special. As a matter of fact, there was this energy in their home before the husband transitioned that when people left, they would always say, "It feels so calm in here. It feels so comfortable. I just love coming to y'all's house." Well, that gentleman's name was Edward. Most called him Eddie. I called him Eddie because he was my husband. And I became obsessed with death and dying when he passed over. Absolutely obsessed. I trolled everything on the internet. First of all, it's not real. It can't be, because everybody is driving in their cars down the road. I'm parking at a light and people are just living their lives. How could you? Eddie's dead. How could the sun shine when Eddie's not here? I was devastated. So much so, after 2 years of waking up feeling depressed, not wanting to be here, not understanding what happened, I had a stroke. Thankfully, it was what they call them, TIA. It was a mild one. But after trolling the internet, I came across something. I found these stories about orbs. How many of you are familiar with orbs? Most of you. Well, 3 months after Eddie passed over, I was sitting in my bed. After a long day's work, I was just sitting there. I had been sitting there so long that the room became absolutely pitch black because I hadn't turned on any lights. And somewhere where the ceiling meets the wall, you know that little crease? Because it was pitch black, this was so visible to me. And by the way, side note, had I not already been a member of Unity, this would have freaked me out. Okay, so now there's all these little white balls forming. And then there was this colored ball, very colorful. Red, blue, orange, green, yellow, just beautiful. And then this very beautiful round colored orb, very slow, in the slowest of motion, started to move towards me. And I'm just sitting there observing this. And when the orb got to my feet, I was in the bed, so when it got to my feet, I simply had the thought, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know what made me think that thought. Maybe I thought whatever was happening was going to take me beyond the veil. I don't know. But when I had that thought, this round, beautiful colored orb started to move back, just as slow as it moved towards me, moved away, back into the crease with all the other white orbs. And they weren't like opaque white, they were kind of translucent. And this colored orb disappeared first. Then all of the other orbs very slowly, one by one, disappeared. I swung my feet around and thought, what did I just experience? What just happened? And I thought I was losing my mind. I didn't tell anybody about this. God forbid they would think I was crazy. And then one day I told my younger son. And he's went to research online, and he sent me this YouTube video, and I watched it. I said, yes, this is what I experienced. My son didn't think I was crazy. I'm very grateful for that. And I apologize. As the information about what unity says death is, you saw that, correct? All right, that's good. Well, many of the stories I found, two stand out the most. One was Dr. Eben Alexander's story of a near-death experience. Dr. Eben Alexander is the author of Proof of Heaven, and I think we have a picture of Dr. Eben Alexander. He spent more than 50 years developing his conventional worldview as an academic neurosurgeon, believing that the physical world is all that exists. And then, and he also believed that the brain creates consciousness. It creates consciousness out of physical matter. Then he had a near-death experience. He went into a coma with lethal gram-negative bacterial meningitis involving all 8 lobes of his brain. He says he should have experienced nothing at all, according to conventional neuroscience, because based on many tests, his neocortex, the outer surface of the brain, was deteriorating. With this, he had a 2% chance to recover. Yet his conscious awareness was growing tremendously. For him, it was like being freed from shackles of a prison. And while in this coma, this is what he experienced. He calls it like he had like an earthworm view that led up. And you could imagine he was just twirling up into a light. And he said it was an ultra-real experience, far more real than this world that he was exposed to. He said there were plant-like features, earth-like features, there were plant life, thousands of souls dancing, and there was a beautiful girl on a butterfly wing. This is important. Listen up. That beautiful girl on that butterfly wing, unbeknownst to him, was his sister who had passed away at the age of 33. He didn't recognize this beautiful girl on the butterfly wing because he was adopted. He never, ever had met her. But there was this telepathic conversation between the two, and he got this message: you are deeply loved and cherished. This experience caused Dr. Alexander to question everything that he had learned about the world, about death, dying. He said, no scientist on earth, not one, can give you a sentence to explain how the physical brain might create consciousness. Dr. Eben Alexander, a neuroscience. Isn't that interesting? A neuroscientist had this experience. Well, now, Dr. Eben Alexander was, I suppose, opened mind and heart to hearing other people's stories about near-death experiences. And then he met Anita Moorjani. I think we have a picture of her as well. Anita Moorjani, author of Dying to Be Me, had lymphoma, a form of cancer of the lymphatic system. And after 4 years of fighting this cancer, her body started to just shut down, and she became a shell of herself. While in this state, Anita learned that she had the power to heal herself and that there are miracles in this universe that she had never even imagined. No doctor in this country, nor elsewhere, she said, can scientifically explain how it is and why it is that her cancer disappeared. But before it did, listen to this experience of her near-death experience. I want you to imagine that this sanctuary is just a humongous, as far as you can see, warehouse. And she says to imagine that you have one tiny flashlight in this huge warehouse. So now, point your flashlight in this direction. If you did, what would you see? Only what's at the end of the beam, correct? And now point your flashlight in this direction. What you could see is only what's at the end of the beam, yes? She said her experience was like that. But then, imagine that someone flipped a switch and now the light in the warehouse is on and you can see everything. She saw the weirdest things, but she saw beautiful things. She saw colors unimaginable, colors like we've not seen on Earth. She said, and then there was this beautiful sound. Dr. Mujani, not Dr. Mujani, Dr. Eben Alexander also talked about the beautiful musical sounds that he heard. Well, imagine now that someone flips the switch and it's black again. You can't see anything except what's at the very end of your tiny little flashlight. So now she has been exposed to a world beyond this world. She knows some things. She has experienced some things. Well, based upon Dr. Eben Alexander's and Anita Mujani's near-death experiences, it appears that spiritual life is much more than our five senses will allow us to completely understand and to be involved with. In closing, surely it's never a good time to lose a loved one. We never lose them. They're always with us. But it's never a good time to have our loved one move from this plane of existence through the veil, because we hate to say goodbye. But think of it this way, we're only saying goodbye for now. At the deepest level, we can intuit for ourselves that there's more to life than what we know. I want to leave you with these ideas. Love, laugh, and live out loud. Love is the greatest commandment. To love yourself will give you permission to love others. And we should come together and in consciousness love ourselves so that we can love others at the deepest level. And there's this passage from Matthew 22:36. It says, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart. And then laugh out loud and laugh often. Discover ways to laugh out loud with people. It's healthy, it's healing, and it's heavenly. Job 8th chapter 21st verse says, he will fill your mouth with laughter and your life with shouts of joy. Finally, live out loud and live now. The past and future are memories or imaginations. Let's get together and be present in the now moment with those whom we love. Do your part, and the rest will unfold in highest order. There's a quote that I'd like to share, and this is, wouldn't it be funny if I couldn't find it? I love this. This is in this month's Daily Word. It reads, whether through service or dedication to spiritual living, we have the ability to rise from the depths of our hearts, made tender by grief and opened wide by love. That's from Teresa Burton. She is the editor of the Daily Word. You know, I believe life and death are marvelous complexities, and there's 100% chance that we'll get to experience both. All right, I would like for us to now settle in for a moment to go deep within ourselves to that place where spirit resides. Home is where it is. I'm going to start with 3 chimes and end with 1. I'll let your attention just ride on the sound until it disappears. Relax your eyes behind closed lids. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils and blow it out through your mouth. Again, big inhale and blow it out. One more time. Bring it in all the way to the very top of your lungs. Breathe in and exhale with a sound. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. Here we are. Here we are. Home. Home. We're home. Allow your breath to return to normal. Here we are. Breathe. 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 You don't need your imagination right now. You don't have to imagine anything. You're home inside your heart. Oh, how beautiful it is. Breathe. Breathe. Feel the weight of your body on the seat. Be truly present in this moment. You're home. You're not this body. You're pure spirit, and you're home. You will never cease to exist. You're pure spirit, and you're home. You're home inside this body, and you're home outside of this body as well. Breathe. 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 You're pure love right now and always. Pure love. Every muscle in your body is totally relaxed in this time and space. Ah. Breathe. Be grateful for every experience in this life. Everything has a purpose, and we receive that knowing that everything has a purpose. We are here now, and for that we're grateful. When you are ready, bring your attention back to this moment. And open your eyes.
What a blessing to have Gretchen with us today. Please join me in thanking her for being with us and sharing her message. Many of you already contribute regularly to our community, and we are so grateful for your continued support of our mission. If you would like to contribute right now, you can leave your tithe or love offering in the basket coming around, or click the link to contribute online. If you would like to be a sustaining member, we would love for you to consider setting up recurrent giving to support our community. In whatever way you choose to share your gifts, we are so grateful as we bless our love offerings. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining part. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. All I need is already looking through these eyes. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining heart. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. All I need is already looking through these eyes. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. Now I let it go with such appreciation. With sheer exhilaration now, I set it free. So it is, so be it. When I sing it, I can see it. I welcome us in. Now we begin. Amen. Amen. Let me sing amen. Amen. This is what I know.
It's been such a gift having you with us today. Please join us for fellowship after service. We have a prayer chaplain with us today. Jennifer Dyer will be standing here for prayers. And here's a few announcement reminders. Please visit our welcome table after service to sign up for all the things that we've talked about today: the choir, the virtual Sacred Listening Circle session, our September Stepping Stones workshop, and the Unitine Rally in October. And meet up at Luby's next Sunday at 11 a.m. to eat and be merry with our lunch bunch. Then come on over for Sunday service at 1 p.m. with Reverend Eliza joining us virtually. Until then, stay safe, be well, have a wonderful, blessed, and grace-filled week. Now please rise for our peace song, followed by the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and I am.